here. Today, I am playing as Dracula against Geo in the 2024 League. Scott Sword is streaming the neutral perspective, if you want to see that instead. But, well, it will definitely be, and I shall definitely do my best to evade Geo and add another win to my score. But, yeah. Okay, so, what is he going with? So he is going with, by the looks of things, the old school Scotsword start. So what have I got? 2 vampires, a fog, a saboteur, and a bats. So where to begin? Do I go for an... The thing is, Geo may well expect me to do a Britannica start, considering how many times I've ended up drawing a hand for that's appropriate for that. So he might actually expect that and send some scouts up there. So, you know what, let's do something that's definitely unusual for me. Or, will he remember those Britannica games I pull on him so vividly? I don't know. I think we will go for putting the initial encounter. I think that we'll go with Genoa. And basically, once again, do a central start. And, yeah, just reserve my real encounters until later. And of course, if I find a hoax, I'll definitely lay it down early. But, we'll see. Your presence? No, I have not started next to you this time. Just as well I didn't go for Britannica start, because that calls for me to stand right at Manchester. Do I actually now go and aim to be next to him after that evil presence? Okay, what's Mia showing? Holy Circle? Okay. Well, let's see. See what happens. It's far too soon to say. After all, this is still day 1. They're just going to be supplying and getting their items and events and such. And ticket economy, naturally. So, how best to do this? Slide and go to Milan. Or let's make it Florence instead. Better to go to a CG nuke spot now than... Yeah, we'll go with a bats here. Just throw down things that are nuisances, but... Ah, Messios. I'm guessing that he's being... I'd guess he's going to be Scotsword's commentator. Scotsword said that he would be fetching a commentator, so who better than his oldest friend Messios, aka Roscoe. Let's see. So, yeah, Genoa and Florence are some very seldom checked locations when it comes to scouts. At least not until they have some other information. They will likely not think me to begin there. Forewarned. Good to know about. Slide, misdirect. So, that's the game we're going to play, eh? The game of Who Has Forewarned. This will seem rather odd, but I think I'm actually going to toss down the fog next. Yeah, Mesios being one of the few in the community who know all that much Spanish, chatting with Gio, considering that English is not his strongest language. But let's see. Yeah. No surprise there. Holy bullets and a crucifix, okay. Nothing all that unusual about that. Let's see. Oh, Sister Agatha. Interesting. Will he search? Seemingly the answer is yes. Question is, where will he search? Bucharest? Yeah, poking around at a couple spots in the east. So, I know you're thinking, why did I put down the fog when that's such a good protection? And the answer to that is simple. Mina is showing forewarned. And eventually that's going to just get bounced around like crazy until I can't keep track of it. As to who has it. So therefore, I'm going to make him at least think of it. So therefore I'm either going to inconvenience him with this while I can, or have him spend the forewarned now instead. Nice and early in the game. So that when I use a fog eventually, so that when I potentially use a fog to protect myself, instead, he won't have that available. That's the idea, at least. So now we'll go to Milan and go with a bats is also something that's tempting to forewarn, but let's first lay down something. I won't rumor that. Now I won't rumor that. I suppose, but I will of course follow it up with junk stuff with things that are less significant. And when I say things that are less significant, I mean more specifically things that are less significant when they mature. Because obviously bats can be terrific if the circumstances align, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Okay, so no newspaper on Perfect Day, thanks to him drawing 4 more Dracula events this day. Neat. Will they be discovering that holy circle? Yeah. What have you got to show me? A horse? Indeed. Not that hard to guess. So, he's got a horse on Mina. Is he... Let's see just how much ticketing he does tonight. Pass. And no ticket, no trade. So, Gul'dan's tickets are prepared. Seward... That is not the case. So that seems to say that he does have all the white ones, which is unfortunate for me, but, well, eventually it's bound to happen, so... No, it's unfortunate, but it's going to happen sooner or later, so... Yeah, so I'm just, in truth, all I'm doing is laying down things to delay him. Things to stall for time. That and or get a nice, like, in the case of the Desecrated Soil, nice card draw. And potentially, even, with that hoax I picked up, I might get a Dracula event. I mean, it's not impossible, but we'll try, for sure. Knife. Discarding a knife. Whoa. Gul'dan is scary. Newspaper. Chose to go with the instant function. So, what now? Seward is still supplying, even though now he has a hint to my whereabouts. Interesting. Should I make for the UK? Okay, Van Helsing's coming off the island. But Seward still supplied. Wonder why. I suppose his stuff is... well... yeah, Scots were apparently having some sort of issue there. Well, let's see. What does Mia do? If she's got a yellow too, she can... which evidently she does. Now this is something I normally wouldn't do. But I want to kill that forewarned. Now either to get stuck there for a couple of days, or separate from the rest, or spend it. Just as I planned. Just as I had hoped. Just as I had hoped. Just as I had hoped. Like I said, that was my plan the entire time. Make him spend his forewarned on a fall. And yes, he gets it on the best possible thing. On the best possible thing you could get a forewarned on, but what's the price to me? I lose it for now. But that's always going to be the case. So Mia is going to ticket. Fetch a ticket, obviously. So, now then. Where to now? We'll lay down. We'll go to Geneva. Or... where am I going long term? Where am I going to go long term? Probably into the east. But I imagine that the first thing Gul'dan will do will be to step on Munich. Make sure I can't go that way. So therefore, we'll go with we'll go with we'll go with Nuremberg. We want to keep it things as obscure as possible. Put a bats down, and do not. Even though there's a vampire there, we won't ruin it. I can't help but be curious what Scotswell and Roscoe will think of me ambushing with a fog with a hunter who had forewarned. I mean, they probably understand what my intentions, but what do they think of it? Do they think that that was a good move? Or not? Because that's what now there's a much smaller chance that they're going to get forewarned. Okay. Oh, well, now that's interesting. Is he going to? I think he's going to scan Italy, and I think he's going to scan Italy. Therefore, meal will supply. No, he's not going to. So now he's leaving the east wide open. At least for a turn or two. I must keep in mind that she at least has a horse. But what about the other two horses, and how steady are they in the horse economy? I don't know. How to do this? Because so I suppose the next thing I lay down is the hooks. Lay it down at Frankfurt, perhaps? Because the thing is, he will expect me to be going into the east. Slide. Now then. What now? Munich is tempting, but that'll be one of the first things he does. He'll be ascertaining that I haven't gone there. Once he figures out after he figures out Florence. How to do this? Frankfurt leaves me with that leaves my options open. This is kind of like the I pass move in a way. Let's make it so that the vampire, if in the event that well, no. Let's get real. That vampire is not going to mature. So let's just lay down the hooks and who knows? Perhaps he won't get there in time. That's probably just wishful thinking in truth, but I do have to keep Van Helsing in mind as well, as he is near some pretty good real lines. So, okay, so he is discovering that is where I went. after Genoa, so narrowing it down to 2 other locations. So, why has Seward not moved yet? I suppose he wanted to play around me going down into Spain, and therefore that's why he didn't move last round when Mina moved here? Perhaps? I don't know. Interesting. An interesting thought. Possibly he also just had dug cards. Okay, now he's moving. Going to Paris, yes. So, I shall have to play this very carefully. I think I should avoid wolf forming for the purpose of making him think that I'm doing the obvious thing and going into the east. That charade will only last so long, but we'll maintain it as long as I can. Okay, so now, will you check Florence or Venice? Skip? Good. I actually wanted her to find it, because a roadblock at this time is definitely not all that useful. Stake. Okay, so he spends a stake on my aristocratic. Fine by me. It wasn't used on one of my fighter vamps. Let's see here now. So he hasn't discarded any stakes. So he's discarded all the garlic rays, but that's no real shocker. So Mina will now likely show me if she has it, a dog's, although I kind of doubt that she'll have that, and or a stake, which is definitely far more likely. Either that, or she'll have to simply let it go. Van Helsing is first Seward trade to. This is likely an avenge trade of sorts. Interesting. Okay, so she did not have a. She would have revealed a stake if she could have, surely. Because what if she got into a knife fight? Okay, so here, Mina has a pistol. Good to know. Slide the trail, layer it, toss down the mob. Desecrated soil. Mina is now delayed, so that's one horse person delayed. She will not renew vigor with one of the horse holders delayed. At least, I don't think she will. Perhaps it is time to do a wolf form. Yes. Makes sense. Wolf form from Frankfurt allows me a little bit more obfuscation. We'll go with Geneva. The first thing Goldama will want to do is check whether or not I went east. Seward, I think that he will likely check Strasbourg due to the wolf form, whereas I just wolf formed over Strasbourg. As for Van Helsing, I imagine that he'll want to get to Marseille, and therefore will likely train. Use the train. I don't know. But I'm kind of making the quote-unquote wager that Goldaming will hardly horse to Geneva, especially while while down an item from staking a vampire, an aristocratic one at that. So Mia loses her day action, which is definitely very nice for me. Discarded a pistol, kept something else. Another newspaper, Nuremberg. It shows Nuremberg, so he will now definitely want to check Munich, because Nuremberg is one step away from Munich. He never stepped into Munich, so therefore I could have gone there. And I could now be doing a wolf farm from Munich, which doesn't tell him, which, if that is the case, there are all sorts of places I could be. Okay, so he went with a supply. Interesting. So that's 2 newspapers done. Oh, discarding a stake. Nice. Stake discards are very nice to see when I use my particular method. So now I have a rats to stuff in Genoa when I lair it, and then do I begin the caravan of vampires? I suppose it depends on what I draw. Chartered carriage. Interesting. So he's having Van Helsing take point, in a certain sense. Unfortunately, Geneva is off the rail line, so 1, 2. Yeah, he can't get to Nuremberg via that. Okay, he's checking out Prague. In which he hasn't been discarding any Heavenly Hosts. I think he's checking whether or not I'm trying to repeat the shenanigan I pulled off as Scott's Sword, and they're more invitational. And seeing whether he can CG me, where Scott's Sword failed to. That's a amusing thought. So I suppose my next location will be in Clermont-Ferrand. I can't say I like going so much in the direction of Spain, but the hunters are all filing east. So, that's good for me. That's what's good for me for now. 8 things in the discard. Discard soil there, and bats there, and a hoax at Frankfurt. And discard soil here as well. Let's see. Let's see if it's time to begin the caravan of vampires. I think yes. Or not quite. Not quite. The first we lay down the spy. Try to weaken them a little first. Next, where to now? Okay, found that. I'll let you search it. If you've got a Heavenly Host, I'll get the card draw. So that is fine by me. So what will Seward do? Will Seward check Strasbourg? I don't know. could. Which is precisely why I wolf formed over that. Strasbourg was a bit too obvious. Strasbourg is a place I tend to pointedly avoid. Yeah, this could be fun. I could actually step into Paris now. Which I think I will do that. Begin the caravan of vampires there. Yeah, first I weaken them with a spy. Then I hit them with all my strength of vampires. Van Helsing discarding a knife. Goodness. Okay, so that's 2 knives been discarded. One from Gul'dan's knife. I can see that being simply I have like 2 horses, 2 knives, and a rifle sort of thing. But Van Helsing at this time? What? No, he has been. I'm pretty dang sure he's got CG. Okay, so beware of CG, more than usual. So, in that case, more likely than not, I'm about to see Gul'dan show me a heavenly host. I prefer... Well, I have 2 wolves, so yeah. Oh, nice. So if I were to go to Nantes, or Bordeaux, or Marseille, for that matter, I could heal as soon as I move into sea. Or no, it's unfortunately a bit too late for that. I would have had to move to a sea space last turn. Oh well. But then again, I can always heal the 1 point of damage with my wolf form. So it's not nothing. It ain't nothing. So I definitely do not want to go to the UK, because the UK is a place where you're especially susceptible to CG. Or at least it can be. Alright. There. I prefer bodyguards to wolves as a guardian. So now let's put down another spy. No. So, he found Nuremberg via a newspaper. I mean, he has a long trail to clear. So, this is actually the time to start the caravan of vampires. Next, after... I should go to Nantes, Bordeaux... Fast forward 1. That may actually end up being a blessing if he goes to Geneva. Well, I think that he may well go to deal with Nuremberg. But that's the question, isn't it? Will he? He knows that... Okay, good. That was actually threatening for him to step on Geneva and reveal where I wolf formed to. So where will Seward go? Oh, hi there. Okay, that was interesting. I did not think he would immediately backtrack to Paris like that, but okay. He discarded a rifle. Alright. Fortunately, I'm far enough away where... Fortunately, he's far enough away uh, where unless Van Helsing has another chartered carriage, or Mina has a sense of emergency. Well, no, Mina doesn't have any then. So for either of them to get to there, okay, a heroic leap or something like that, a combat event of sorts. I know almost certainly a combat event. Either that, or he's trading off of him something that's too valuable for him to risk, such as possibly it's Seward who's holding the CG. So he now knows that somehow or another, and he has a good amount of trail. And if he chooses to abandon trail, eventually they'll get a hoax. That would be rather amusing. Yeah. So what does Mia do? Okay, so she can close the gap by fast forcing. She could go to Frankfurt, check that. Basically follow the trail, in other words. She could go to Geneva, where I have another desecrated soil. And she's going with the focus on me move. So ideally, I escape as bat from this combat. Let's see. Okay, escape route. Makes sense. Makes sense. Now Gul'daming's delayed by the bats. I could lair Zurich instead of maturing that soil. Instead of maturing that soil, I could lair it and bat Gul'daming right onto it. Send him careening right into giving me more cards, and is that worth more than 1 HP? Probably yes, in truth. If I were going to be getting the healing from this, then it'd be if I were going to see this turn, and therefore I would get full healing from this, it would be a different story. But I think that we'll actually go with that route. Clear Florence. I'm hardly gonna go back there. And place a mob down there. Okay, time to start laying down vampires. Where will he guess first? Probably... This will be interesting. Let's actually go with Brussels. It's not a sea space, and that's what he'll expect. So I may well dodge him for this turn. And let's distract him a little bit. We'll put a rumor token there to distract him a little, or at least try to. And the thing is, he doesn't know exactly how I got there. Bat him right into here. Desecrated soil. Get more cards. Discard the bats, the aristocratic, and one of the copies of the bodyguards. Well, I actually have every single fighter vamp right here, so bodyguards is the next best thing. So, and both spies are out of the board, so therefore I'll keep one. Usually I discard all immediately, but take some damage, please. So, where will Suit check? Because obviously he's looking to fight. Or at least so it would seem. Okay, he's alright. Definitely would have been tragic if he had gone on local rumors. Do I do hide card? Possibly. I think I'll go to... I think I'll actually... this may seem odd, but I think I'll go to Cologne next. At least depending on what Mina does. I may choose to go right back to Strasbourg. Okay. No matter where I went, one space away from Paris, I'm still in Galia. That really doesn't tell you much. if that's your intention. Yeah, that's the beauty of going to... sorry. That's the beauty of going to Paris and Mina coming in. And who knows? Perhaps this hoax will go off. It'll really all depend on what Van Helsing does next turn, but... yeah, renewed vigor definitely would be rough. So, I'll have to consider my next move very carefully here. Trading with Seward again. Possibly just making it so that he has a slot? Question mark? Don't know. I think that this actually, even though it might not look like it, this actually may well call for the hide card. I mean, what will Goldaming do? But then if Goldaming does have a horse, I know. So if he chooses to horse to Brussels, I would be in massive trouble there. I mean, if I'm on a double vamp, I mean that's all well and good, but that doesn't help me too much. Lair, I don't know, throw away Zurich as I'm getting close to that area. So it's possible I may want to return there. Toss that back. Now then. Where to now? I imagine if Goldaming misses his mark, then I expect that Seward will horse to Amsterdam, with me not going to sea. But what if he slow rolls? Ridiculous though it may seem, I think Cologne is actually the correct pick. Lay down another reckless vampire. Yeah, he'll be expecting me to... Yeah. I don't think he'll be expecting me to do this. Oh, no RV. Good to know. Good. That's definitely nice for me. If there was a time for him to use RV, I think it would be now. So I think I can safely assume, at least for now, that he doesn't have it. Okay, where is he going to go? Is he going to check Brussels like I suspect? He will. No, but that's only a good. But that can only be a good thing for me. You want it? Go get it. So, although that does narrow down for him how I could have come to Paris in the first place. Yeah, my decoy token is doing some work. Okay, where is he going to go? Good. Checking the west coast, as that's why would I move in this way? Good. Huh. I was hoping that he was going to let that go in his pursuit for me, but turns out that that's not the case. So Mina's got a stake. I imagine that the last knife is with Mina. Either that or in the deck. I think at this point he'll assume that I went to Amsterdam. Yeah, what will he do with Mina? Because he doesn't want to bumble into me and have a one-on-one on his hands. What exactly is he going to do? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He doesn't want to bumble into me for a 1-1 with her having no events. Okay, what does Mina find? A chartered carriage. Good to know about. Good to know about. She has discarded a garlic. Do I just continue with my inland, okay, wax cylinders? He's going to see whether or not I'm hiding at Le Havre or Marseille and Nantes. The problem for him is that he's still going to have to check Nantes or Le Havre, because I may have gone one to the other. And now I lay down the high card. And now, since Van Helsing is delayed, I think I continue with this. I go to Leipzig next. And that is a natural destination for the chartered carriage. It is one concern, but Mina goes last. So, that is... and in truth, there's no other... Without a renewed vigor, there's no way any of the others are getting to me. So... Okay. Lair. Clear the Nuremberg lair, because I'm getting close to that. Go ahead and toss that. Remember that I cannot move to Frankfurt without showing myself. Fortunately, the game that's another nice thing about the Immortal update. It will warn me about that. Okay, lay down the next Reckless Empire. Rumor the first one. I spent a rumor token here in Clermont-Ferrand. Evidently, Duldung does not have a stake, hence why he's waited. So he's actually going to day search it. Brilliant. My decoy token has done quite a bit of work for me. Oh? He's going to leave it for now. Interesting. Ah, he caught on. He caught on to my mischief. Go ahead and ambush him with this here reckless. Okay, that means it's time to go to Hamburg. Or is it? Okay, well, we shall begin with a mesmerize. And if I get punched, then I do another mesmerize. And if he dodges, possibly another mesmerize. We'll see. Although, given the situation, there are likely some heavenly hosts kicking around. How much is there left in the item deck? 8. And he just discarded 2 knives. I'm pretty sure there's a CG and a... okay, so he tried to escape. Do I try to plot him? If it fails, I take at most 2 damage. How many pistols have been discarded? Only 1. So therefore pistol is actually highly likely. So for that reason, I think that I'll go with the strength. If he dodges, well... Ah, just as I suspected. Yeah, too many of those were left on the deck for my liking. We'll mesmerize next. I know you'll probably see that coming. It's rather obvious, but whatever, it's what I have to do. The fact that I don't have any fangs yet is annoying. So, same question. Will he do the same thing? Will he do the same thing? Gambling that this time I will plot. Gambling that I will not have the single strength. The thing is, even if I get off of plotting, it doesn't do that much for me. And I suppose it does some. We'll do strength. Yes, it's all very basic and such, but... and I am rewarded for it. That is the only card I had that would have penetrated his defenses. I'm sure I could have escaped at the bat, but I wanted to deal damage. Now, wait, how many holy bullets have been discarded? Is this a holy bullets play? There's only 1 holy bullets in the discard. So if he has a rifle, that is likely what he's going to do. So, we'll actually plot. At this point, it's done its job and done its damage. But, okay, excellent. And admittedly that does me little good, because now he'll likely play the pistol again. And I have no way of cancelling that. So for that reason, we're going to do an escape as missed. Make sure to cause him more trouble. Not to mention that this is the last round of combat anyway. So therefore, while he will likely play the pistol again, trying to get in that holy bullets hit. Yes. I'm afraid you've given those holy bullets away, man. Oh, people, bullets for you. No holy bullets for you. I'm on to you there, buddy. I'm on to you. So I can wolf form again this turn. Do I do that? Yeah, the first time he played the pistol, it was okay, he was playing around plotting with a card that will deal more damage than a punch. So, yeah, makes a certain amount of sense. Alright, let's see if Seward can do any better. This one vampire is making them invest quite a bit. I like it. And it just, what he's doing, it makes sense. Because Gladaming is not one of those who holds the heavenly host, and therefore he can't just dunk it with that. Okay, mesmerize. So he is also trying to pull off a holy bullets, maybe. Let's see, how many stakes have gone? 1, 2, and I know that number 3 is the one that Mina is showing. So therefore, the odds are actually relatively low that Seward will have one. Are lower than normal at least. So I have several options. Will he even try to escape? I have 2 strengths, so if he chooses to play another pistol, I have enough counters. I have enough counters to those pesky pistols. Oh, well, they guessed me there. Well, I suppose he was playing around plotting more than mesmerize, I imagine. Both, I suppose. So now he knows that he can escape without. He knows that he can escape without it. But will he bother? He wants to kill this thing, presumably. Yes. Okay, so you have holy bullets too, by looks of things. It is a shame that Pizza Wizard is not here. He would love this. So let me see. Okay. He could, however, being Seward, he has more space, so therefore he could also have a second gun. Let's not take any chances. After this turn, okay, he chose to escape. Alright, fine by me. The vampire lost 1 health, but Seward lost a bit of health too. Admittedly, 2 health is nothing to Seward, but that was your more average vampire ambush. So, what is he going to do with Mina? That is the question. The nice thing is that I do have wolf form available. So if he chooses to try to CG me, like CG me into coming back to him, surely he thinks that, okay, yes, he is, well, let's research it. Yeah, he's, okay, so I see his reasoning. Gladaming, Seward, and Van Helsing are chasing me now, while in the meantime, Mina deals with the previous trail, as she has a stake and presumably a heavenly host by the way he's been playing. Or, wow, would he do that with Mina? Go around without a weapon on Mina? Because that would mean she has no anti-Fang weapon, anti-Fang card, let alone no weaponry. That would be tremendously daring. That is definitely a very interesting thought. Van Helsing fetching a ticket makes sense. Makes sense. She will likely search without the stake this night. Oh, even though there's a rumor token right after it. Okay. Okay. Several good things. I got my original fog back. You see, that's why I played it earlier. Sooner rather than later. Okay, so first and foremost, this time, considering that my cards are just too good to stick in layers, we will mature it and fetch 1 HP off of that. Now, do we move to Hamburg now? Gladami is not in prime condition. I think Mina is kind of obliged to go to Clermont-Ferrand and use a stake there, because that is he assumes that is like probably an aristocratic. He thinks. So we'll do a wool form to Munich. Wool form to Munich. And lay down a new vampire. So now I have a train of 4 vampires in a row. And he has to address all of them. If he doesn't want me to get influence from at least one of them. It will be interesting to see how he approaches it. I think that I had best make for Venice and go for the Adriatic Sea. Or should I do that? Probably not. I should try to stay on land a little bit longer. While they are busy clearing this stuff, clearing all the vampires. Then again, I could just stay there for a bit, as so far as I know, the second forewarned is yet to be drawn. He's only supplied 24 cards. One of the forewarns are gone, and 9 of the 24 in question were Dracula cards. Yeah, he's not. My going completely roundabout like this is definitely has seemingly confused him as to what exactly have I done. All right, let's see if you're still lucky with this one. Okay. Okay, since I don't have a mesmerize, this time I'm just gonna... If he does the holy bullets, so be it. I would like some points. This one is after the rumor token, so if it happens, it happens. I want some points out of this one too. Out of this one too. Oh. I suspected as much, and took the risk willingly, and took the risk willingly. Yes, he's got something to. Yes, but I get a point. And little does he know that sitting right after it in Leipzig is another reckless vampire. So that one I really don't care for much. I'm fine with just taking a point. Hi there. So obviously, so that's all the holy bullets accounted for. Gladami is obviously holding the last one. This is quite delightful. Planned ambush. Alright. Very well, very well. What do we do here? Huh. Well, this doesn't give me all that much choice. The only thing that makes any sense for a starter card is Fangs, as that means that he can't use a Heavenly Host on it. Alright, what do you got? Do you have the last knife? Do you have a garlic? After all, you were one of the garlic farmers. Or has your interest in garlic gone away? Oh, is he holding the last holy bullets? Then? And Goldiamond was kind of bluffing it. I now know that all of them have only one pistol. Nope. So he was unwilling to dodge, but he didn't block with something else. So that means that he does not have a card that blocks Fangs. He does not have a garlic or a knife. So he does not have a horse. So he has two other cards apart from that pistol. One of them is bound to be a Heavenly Host. So by process of elimination, I think that the other one is a rifle, but he'll be saving the Heavenly Host. He'll be attempting to save the Heavenly Host for when it's time for... okay, excellent. Got 2 points out of this already. So that's already in bites, in little fang attacks between the two of them. That's now 3 points already. As much as a new vampire is worth. Okay. I think he will likely escape this round. And plus, well, he played Punch, so unless he does Heavenly Host... Oh, well, okay. You lose the Heavenly Host then. Very well. Fine by me. I'm willing to pay that price. I just got more points. I just got quite a bit of damage on you. That will slow you down. Going to Munich was admittedly a tad obvious, but... I suspect that Mia doesn't have a weapon. It is the thing. I suspect that it's Stake, Horse, and Heavenly Host. Or is it that she doesn't have a horse anymore? That she traded it off? Because she was showing the horse before. I suppose it kind of has to be that, doesn't it? That's a curious choice. Well, we'll see shortly when she presumably searches that with a stake. He still does need to turn his attention to Brussels, because if that matures, I get Wolfhorn back early. I Wolfhorned just when the first man would mature. Just at the end of what gets wiped, if that rumor token vampire matures. I wonder how much he's enjoying this taste of how I treated Scotsword in that match. It's a taste of it. Vampire after vampire non-stop. I suspected as much. I look forward already, due to this Holy Bullets business, on just watching this back and watching this back from Scotsword's recording. So, how will she search it? Yes, she's. Oops. That's not a vampire. That's a spy. 2 stakes. And a charred carriage. A crucifix as well. Interesting. 2 stakes, a charred carriage, and a crucifix. Interesting. Interesting. Lair. Toss down. I best start removing these ones, because I may choose to go in that area. Hooks. Well, first we'll go to Venice. Yeah, I'm just dancing around all over Central, leaving him the mystery of where I'm going every single time. And it's really quite delightful. I mean, some folks wonder why I like the Central start. Now you know. And now they've spent one of the heavenly hosts, so there's no full power CG. So I'm actually safe to step into Florence. So perhaps I should go down into the boot. Since there's a heavenly host spent, Florence is he can no longer nuke me. Checking Strasbourg in case I wolf formed there. Makes sense, considering that I've been jumping right into the middle of them every single time so far. So how is he going to address Brussels? Going with Prague. Yeah, so this means that, yeah, I think that I'll be going down to the boot. Okay, so why do I ask how he's going to deal with Brussels? I just saw Mina reveal me that she has 2 stakes. So he's just going to send Mina up there to deal with that. As for Van Helsing, I mean, it's within his interest to gain new items, so I would supply, personally. I think Gio is just undersupplying this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. Lair. Take Genoa off of my lair collection. And then go with a... Let's just toss the hoax away. Florence. And go with the bodyguards next. One threatening thing after another. Yeah. And the thing is, at this point, he would have spent RV by now if he had it. And he hasn't supplied any. Like at almost any since those times. And there's been several turns in a row. I don't think he's supplied at all so far and gotten any new hunter events. So I think that he's just without RV. Alright, Skoldaming presumably is going to check Munich and discover that that is indeed where I laid down the vampire. But the thing is, I know that Gul'damin does not have a stake. I know that all the stakes are with Mina. So, in truth, there was no real need for me to ambush. But then again, best to get it when it's a 1v1, rather than waiting. Okay, called the punch. Called the mesmerize with a punch. Yeah, and now he can try to do a Holy Bullets play. But Fangs, just as much as Strength. Well, Strength does it. Fangs hits if he's escaping, and also will keep, since it's a new vampire, will keep it alive if he does Holy Bullets. Since my card happens first, I get to heal that 1 damage back up. So go ahead, use the Holy Bullets. Sure, do it. The vamp's still there. Yep. As expected. But now, he doesn't have them for when my reckless vampires come back. I suppose that's kind of if they come back. So having committed this much already, he has only the pistol and the horse, so all he can do is punch. So therefore, be strength. Chose to dodge. I can respect that pick. Alright, but now, since we're still in week 3, I can escape his mist. Force him to do a little bit more. Force him to commit a bit more time to this. He was going to escape anyway. Well, that means I missed out on a bit of damage, but oh well. Better to make him spend more time. Better to be certain that I am going to make him spend more time. So now Suida, I anticipate, will likely horse to Zagreb. Or if he rolls slow, to Vienna. Because he now knows that I did go to Munich. There are plenty of directions I could have gone from there, but... So, yeah, Mina's going to be walking to Brussels. I get to ambush knowing that she has a crucifix as her only combat item. It does mean that I shall have to be cautious when trying to fang or mesmerize her. And that means that she may well get away with nothing but me clawing her. Okay. Where are you going to go? Vienna or Zagreb? Zagreb. So you know that I didn't go there, but what about Vienna? Ambush, because I know precisely what she's got. So she has nothing but a crucifix to fight this with. That being said, since the vampire is already a little bit damaged, I shall definitely have to be cautious. Will he do crucifix on turn 1? Knowing that I know of the crucifix. I think that we will say that she'll do that Mina will do crucifix over or punch. Excellent. Called you there. That means, that means that I can fetch a Fang and get me a point. This is going to get staked, so therefore let's get some points out of it first. Yes, cancel all the escape. And now, I think that I can afford to mesmerize. Because, reason for that being, because now with the vampire at 4 health, I can afford to take a crucifix hit. Alright, very well. I have very few other options, so... So now I have to consider the same question. Well, she just punched, so unless she escapes, and I have no way to harm her if she escapes, then it's correct to do this. It's quite possible that she'll be doing crucifix now. Alright, I got a point. It was going to get staked anyway, so risking the crucifix did not matter that much. But I simply had to make sure that it will still cost her a stake. I know precisely what she has in hand, thanks to my spy. To rest, yes, and he'll doubtless grab a ticket, or so I would imagine. Yeah, fetching an event from Sword to free up a slot for him for when he goes to supply. For a new item, I suppose. I suppose I'll lay down my fogs now, in Rome and then in Naples or Bari, depending on which one I choose to go to. Unless I pick... How many of my vampires are in the discard here? So then... All of them that aren't out on the board. So I don't have any fighter vamps left. I have spent my full strength in that regards. And he has successfully defused all of them so far. Slide, lair, take away Frankfurt. Place, the saboteur on. So now we'll go to Rome. Or do I actually go to Genoa? He has only one. But the thing is, with how they're equipped, he has only a pistol. He has a pistol plus something else. He discarded a heavenly host. There's no holy bullets. Possibly a rifle? So what exactly should I be fearing here? What is that? With no renewed vigor, should I try to eke my way back to... Should I try to make my way down to Spain now? Just hug the coast and go to Spain? I mean, it's from I can keep at that longer, and I can keep at that game longer than I can go do the in the case of the game going to Rome. So what did I put here? Bodyguards? Yeah, that would be a reasonable. Okay, so we'll actually go here and place down the fog. Desecrated soil? Alright. So now we go to Marseille. Next we go to Marseille. Yeah, because he will be concerned about me getting 6 points off of this vampire. Okay, so now he knows that I did not go east. after Munich. Where am I now? Alright, alright. Yeah, I don't really have much to fear. Mia does have a charred carrot, so actually, I mean, she actually could get on me, but what do I have to fear from Mia with a stake and a crucifix in a battle? I simply don't target her. Or if I do target her, I target her only with claws and plotting and such. What do I care about her getting in? This is unfortunate. We'll go with plotting first. This is a bit of an awkward combat hand for a vampire ambush. Come to think of it, I should have let him search it by night, pretend that it's not a vampire. So now if Van Helsing has a yellow 2, he may well go into Florence. Yeah, I'm not afraid of Mina. Until she supplies, I'm not afraid of her. One-on-one, I can deal with her easily. Hi there. Just tell me, Van Helsing, do you have... Okay, so now actually would be a prime time for me to lay down the feed card. So he'll know that I've gone to Florence. So those two events that Van Helsing has are not the second forewarned. Do I go into combat with Van Helsing by playing the feed card? Do I go into combat with Van Helsing? I imagine he'll simply search to flip up to the Florence, won't he? Yep. I think we'll fight. Van Helsing one-on-one. I know he has a pistol. And one other thing. Planned ambush? Okay. I'm fine with fighting, nonetheless. So let's make certain that escape is not. If I could, I would simply make sure that he can't escape. Okay, if you escape, you're going to heal me. There's no Sister Aggie to make me regret it, so let's have some healing, old man. Unless he has an anti-Fang card, which previously, from previous fights, I think we have deduced that he does not have an anti-Fang card. Okay, you get away, but I get my health back. Beautiful. I am fine by that. Fine by me. That. Yeah, he's just undersupplied. He's chasing after my trail. But that's now... He's gone through 25 cards of the event deck. He's supplied 25 times throughout the entire game. Me. Yeah, this is what happens when the hunters don't supply enough. Slide the trail. Go layer cologne. Toss cloth around. And lay down a bats. Oh, and I got the other one. Now, we go to Marseille. You know what? Bring it on. I may be being a bit overconfident there, but well, he can't let that rumor token mature with good conscience. Because then I simply have to survive to the next week. And move it once. Unless he's got a vampire lair somewhere. Okay. Horsing. So, oh dear. Do you step onto the new vampire? I think that I'll try to get the new vampire healed a little. Admittedly, this could mean that he gets to kill the new vampire during the day. Depending on what sort of hand I get. Okay, so let's make sure... We have to make sure that the new vampire does survive. So, Goldaman has only... His only combat item is a pistol. He doesn't have anything to block escape his bat. Okay, smack him for 2 damage. Good. So, I suppose I strength again. I don't have any mesmerizes. Or any fangs. Keep smacking face. Just keep smacking him, lowering his health, making him less of a threat to me. That's what these vampires are for. If they can score me influence points, all the better, but... He just played pistol, so it's safe to claw. Although, unfortunately... Unfortunately, now... I suppose I'm hoping that he dodges, or escapes. If he punches, well, he gets it. Nice! Round of things to do. So, I just dealt him 6 damage in a day fight. Yeah, he could have had it if he had given it one more go with that punch. I was out of things to block the punch. And nothing to heal with. Checking in case I went to Milan. What makes you think I would do that? I wonder, what exactly is his game plan? How does he plan to clear the trail and also catch up to me? Scouts? Alright, he'll get to flip over Marseille so I don't get to hide. Or at least I don't get to lay down a hide card. An encounter card with the hide. But well, there are enough destinations next to Marseille where I can stay on land and not fear too much. So the fog will be lifting. Van Helsing just found something new. So I should be a little bit wary. Mina has also supplied, so she has something other than a crucifix and a stake in her hand now. Let's see. so let's think here. Where do I move to? None of the options, barring Zurich, are on the rail line. Zurich, no, that's just not the right thing to do. What did I put in my air in Paris? The hoax? Shame. Should have put something a little bit better. But then again, I didn't foresee that I'd be looping all the way back around. Is it finally time for me to go to sea? Okay, so Mia doesn't have a horse. She would have rolled horses otherwise. Try and get closer. Cut off, narrow down my options. If I go to sea, I make it so that he, has to. I make it so that he, has to deal with Munich. Because if that matures, I simply have to stay out at sea until I can get fear Dracula points. And then it's game over. So I think that now it's time. I'm running out of good encounter cards. So as a result, I am somewhat light on resources. And they are nearby. Lair. Discard the Paris lair. Toss the aristocratic vampire in there. So, what now? Do I risk... I mean, he could have top-decked a renewed vigor. I think it's finally time, yes. Because he knows that I'm not going to... If I move my land, I'm not on a port. So therefore, he may well end up playing down CG, which I strongly suspect he has. Yeah, and Wolfworm is coming off the trail soon, so I think it's time. It's finally time. And with that move, I say, deal with Munich. You have to, or I win. And I know that Gudong still does not have a stake. It's possible that Mina is going to rail across to Munich to use her remaining stake there. Is he going to have Van Helsing check Florence? What if I go to Cagliari? I can spend a couple turns there, feed, hide, and such. I still have a fog I can place down. Okay, so, well, then, I mean, it's 2v1 versus it's simply getting staked. Of course I ambush. I can try to at least get Gul'daming a little bit lower. Yeah, so there's 0 chance that this vampire survives without me having a Fangs. But we can do our best to make certain that Gul'daming gets low. And since he's one of the ones with the horses, well, let's just continue dealing damage. Yeah. Okay, so Mina's new item is a rifle. Good to know. That is new information that it gave me. And I suppose I would rather her stake that rather than staking a fresh one in Venice. So was that the right move? I'm not sure. Because now he can simply have Mina be the cleanup crew. She'll move to Venice, stake the one there, and then go to Florence. Because presumably I'm not going to be able to deal too much damage to her. But Gul'daming, I've rendered Gul'daming just out of action for at least a couple turns. So that means that I'll get a good head start. From most of them, at least. But now I must think. Where do I want my sea voyage to end? If I land in Cagliari, Blair, toss, I don't know, Cologne, put down a bats in Munich, because that's a very high level traffic, high traffic location. So do I simply land at Cag? Or, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll simply wolf him down in Spain. He's still a good distance away from me, and he has some trail to clear. So let's just go down here. We can immediately next turn we can go Cadiz, Lisbon, Santander. Basically I'm just using this so that I don't have to end a turn not on a port. I'm guessing he... Surprisingly returning, Sister Agatha. Gotta check Granada, see if you can see me. Well, the thing is that with one of the heavenly hosts being in there... Okay, checking that it was on a fake wolf form to Cag. I get you. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just fine. Finding myself very... not really all that concerned. Yeah, and especially with Marseille having a desecrated soil that may not get to mature. Discarding a knife and a... What? A knife and a pistol? What are you doing? I definitely would have kept that knife. I mean, the pistol, sure. Did he get perhaps 2 knives? Did he draw both the... Well, no, that's now all 3 knives in the discard. What is it with you against knives? Okay. Alright. Have him check Florence while Mina goes and stakes Venice, I suppose? So he knows more or less where I am. So we'll start with Santander. Place down my other fog there. Yeah, so now Mina goes to Venice, and she still has a stake, so we'll have a fight. I'll see if I can get some damage in. So she has a rifle, crucifix, and stake. Chances are she's simply going to try to escape, so therefore I'll claw first. Yep, so I get in some damage. So her staking comes at a price, however small, a price nonetheless. So, Glaming, you need a rest. So, staking the vampire. So I'm about to start drawing from to have fully shuffled the deck again. So, lair, toss away, I don't know. Brussels still has a rumor token, so we'll keep that one around. For on Venice, we'll place down the aristocratic. So we'll actually move to Santander first. Try to let him find me, but then fog him. And well, if he finds me, the first place he checks, then a one-on-one is perfectly fine by me. I've lost a little bit of health, but I'm fine. And I will soon begin getting points. Okay. You'd best be careful. Suited horsing. Yes, gets 2. So where is he going to go? Madrid, I assume? Go ahead and search it if you like. 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 I might go have her move to Milan. And then trade Golaming's horse to Mina, as she can definitely be more active. Take damage. And reveal your pistol. Yep. All good, all good. Now I would trade on Mina's turn and fetch the horse. And possibly some better fighting equipment. I mean, the rifle's just fine. But all the knives were in the discard, so they don't have them. Yeah, she kept the crucifix. Slide. Lair. Just keep cycling them around. clear. Then go ahead with a, I don't know, go with another aristocratic. Oh, a new vampire. We'll go with Bordeaux next. Place down the new vampire. Then hide. And then place hide next with the other new vampire. Be nice and snug. Tucked in my two new vampires that they will have to fight through. Oh, he actually found one. Alright. Alright. And think of how long ago he could have had that if he had just been supplying more. Goodness gracious. I suppose I have delayed him a lot, haven't I? Quite a few day actions lost through that. Okay, horse. Got a 1. So therefore he has to step on Marseille. So that means that unless Skolami was holding 2 horses, Mia still doesn't have one. Might as well. If he has, this will tell me whether or not he has a heavenly host. It'll help me cycle cards. After all, he's going to have another move. And then Saboteur is the next worst one. Discard. Doesn't have one. Good. Or if he does, he's not willing to show it. Alright. So what does Seward do? Seward, I would say, is the most threatening individual hunter. Okay, checking Granada. Well, no. And then he'll trigger his horse to move again. But where? Is the question. He got 2. Got 2. Alright. Learning that I have not gone there. Therefore, there's likely he will likely think there's a high card in play. Given this positioning, do I continue? Do I lay down the high card, or do I instead? Do I instead move one more space before I do that? Wait for someone to step on the fog at Santander. I mean, it's possible that I may get a fog number 4 before too long. Because there is still a fog in there amongst those cards. Chartered carriage. 2, 3. That'll take her to Saragossa. But will she go that far, or will she think Bordeaux good enough? I had forgotten about that chartered carriage. But then again, if Mia lands on me one-on-one, what do I care? I'm not sure he wants to land at Bordeaux, given the possibility that that's not all that unlikely that that's where I currently am. So now, what will she do? Because fast horse, yeah. Now, okay. Alright, get fogged. So that means that with with that now blocked as a pathway for Seward to use, and he could have a 3-2 ticket, and he does have quite a few, and he does have 3 events. Is putting Mina out of the picture good enough? I mean, the potential for being able to knock out Gloaming is that would... I'm going to go up to 7. That would put me up at 12, meaning that he can't afford the slightest risk. But the thing is, he knows I'm at Bordeaux. He's checked Saragossa. He's checked Lisbon. So therefore, he will not... If he is able to, he won't hesitate. But then again... Well, I'm not high enough influence for that to be good enough. I need to play a little bit safer than that. I'm soon going to be healed to full by this, unless Van Helsing specifically addresses that. Oh, Knight's playing. Claire Florence. We're definitely not going back there. Let's, I don't know, put down a mob there. Well, let's get rid of the useless card. So, I could feed. I could hide. I think it's either hide or move to Nantes. Move to Nantes and lay down. And either way, lay down the new vampire. Well, it's not all that unlikely. It's not all that unlikely that I'll find a reckless vampire to hide it along with the new vampire that I'm going to be placing here. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Yep, and there it is. So next time I can, and just for funsies, I'll put down a rumor token. It doesn't really matter. A second rated vigor. Whoa. The problem with Gul'damin going first is, will he dare move Gul'damin in? This is going to be interesting. Because I know that, I mean, Gul'damin did discard his pistol, but he only has one other card. Okay, we'll mesmerize first. Because our goal is to get in as much damage as possible. Alright. Alright, alright. I think that he'll likely punch next, rather than dodge. I think that taking damage is... Oh, nice! Yeah, so I suppose plotting is just too much to take, since he has only one thing other than his horse. So now, what next? We'll go with claws. I mean, this vampire is only here for my protection. Yep, I don't kill him this fight, but I didn't have a mesmerize, so I couldn't have stopped him escaping. But this way, the slightest bit of damage directed at Gul'damin, and Gul'damin dies. Mina can't come because she's fogged. Now he got here on his first movement. He can still step away and avoid that combat. And that is totally the correct thing to do. Because, well... Supplying? Whoa. Okay, discarding on his horse, as he is hoping that this will be the final encounter. I hope that event card you're holding on to is Lucy's Revenge for you to do that, and that you also have great strength kicking around somewhere. I think that's Sting, but then again, I'm threatening to go to sea if he doesn't. I honestly don't know what the right move. Honestly, I think that's... I just don't know what to think, to be honest. Does Seward have a 3-2 tickets that he can get here as well? Possibly as an escape route, a heroic leap, so that Llewellyn can sacrifice himself for 5 of my HP. But that would mean that I win here and now. Excellent weather. Interesting choice. Does it work that way? Or is he about to be unpleasantly surprised? Yes, he is. So, I think that I've won this. And now he... if he's got anything, like, if he's got another escape route, one escape route has been played already, but there are, I think, 3 of those? At least 2. Okay, well, if he has something, he doesn't have it to tell Uncle Diamond. Local rumors. Lol. Yeah, that was not a good idea to stay there. You should have just moved off, so that you're not gonna have to go through this fight. Unless, okay, Lucy's Revenge. Okay, a garlic wreath. Okay, very well. You asked for this. We'll go for trying to take no damage, so that Desecrated Soils can heal me for full. Even if he escapes... I may have said he can't escape, but he will not... He likely won't expect that. But will he... So, I don't want to Fang because of the garlic wreath. I imagine that he has a firearm. He discarded a pistol earlier, but he still has something. In truth, I'm not sure what to do. What's the best way to do this? I think... Yeah, I think we'll go with strength again. If he escapes... The thing is, if he escapes, I'm fine. There's no attack coming for quite a bit. But, in the end... Oh, he has a great strength. Yeah, he's going to... But I still bust the rifle and prevent the damage, fortunately. Okay, so now he's just out of stuff. I mean, we'll do claws. Worst case scenario, he dodges, and whatever. Best case scenario, I secure my win. GG, well played. GG, well played. Looks as if this is going to be a full IDS win. Because first, before I yeah, this went very nicely. I only moved by sea once. And I simply used it as a shortcut down to Spain. Now this desecrated soil is going to heal me to full HP. And I went with full IDS of 15 points. Oh. Okay. Going, I don't know. Just play them nice and random. Okay. Slide the trail. Mature the desecrated soil. To heal me back up to full. And GG. Game is over. I could have also just tossed in the high card, I suppose. But whatever. Let's see, what is the day count? 24. So, let's... any post-game chat out? Any post-game chat? Let's see if they want to talk, see if they want to chat. I see. Very well. Very well. Very well. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for streaming. Yes, is he... Alright. Well, in that case, we'll just wrap it up. Thanks for watching, folks. And have a good time. I look for and stay tuned for further our games.